we passed a 5-year emergency operating levy. Just as it's named, it's a 5-year operating levy. Of course, it's going to expire. The board, of course, and everyone at the district is looking at what's going to happen when this levy goes on. What do we need to do? There are a couple different things that put us in the direction of what needs to happen right now. One of the main options is the last budget bill, House Bill 59 for the state of Ohio, which is a state budget, with some different language in the budget. It talks about rollback, and that's where you see where it talks about 12.5% state rollback. It's actually made up of a 10% rollback and a 2.5% rollback. And to put it simple, that's a discount on your property taxes. All of us really pay about 87.5% of what is actually owed. The language that was put into the House bill for new levies was they're taking that rollback away. But if you put a renewal back on the ballot exactly the way it was before, it stays the way it is. So us as taxpayers, we still only pay 87.5% instead of 100%. So essentially, if you change the levy and do something other than a renewal, out of our pocket will come 100%, but the school will generate the same dollar amount that it is right now when we're only paying 87.5%. So I hope that makes sense to everyone here. I prefer the discount on my property taxes, so hope we stay that way. The earliest an issue could go on is November of 2015. Another one here. Yeah, I hope you can read that. But this is our current 5-year forecast. This was submitted in October. We actually get ready to submit one in May. So by the end of this month, I'll have an updated forecast, which is also available to the Ohio Department of Education website. But if you look up there, something I want to point out, I know you probably can't see it, the very top line under revenues. It's the very first line across the top. I know you can't read it, because I can barely see it from here. Our collection started for our taxes in fiscal year 12. And that's the second column from the left when you're looking at the document. And it goes through fiscal year 17. Taxes are collected a year behind when they are assessed. The levy collections will be over at fiscal year 17. We have a half a year's collection. The current emergency levy generates approximately $10.6 million. That is roughly not quite a third of our operating budget. So that can tell you how important it is. Once that goes, it's not good. But with that being said, when you look at fiscal year 17, we have a half year collection, which is actually July 1 of 16 through June 30th of 17. Of course, the taxes are based on the calendar year, so we have a little difference there. But for order for us to maintain the same revenue amount and so on, with the renewal, there would have to be a passage that would be effective for 16 and be collected in actually 17 since they're a year behind. So it makes for 6. So anytime you pay your taxes, like when you pay them this January, February, and then you pay them in July, the amount that's distributed to the different local government entities is always a year behind. No matter what kind of levy scenario it actually is put on, which is being reviewed now and looking at, like I said, renewal is very important because of the way the legislators set up the House Bill 59. But no matter what happens with levy-wise, community involvement is very important, it's very critical. And that's actually why the district has revitalized our Business Advisory Council. The Business Advisory Council was started back in 2007. It is made up of actually an independent group. None of them work in my office. And they are almost like independent outside auditors to a degree. They're made up of subcommittees and so on. And actually, to tell you a little bit more about that, we have the president of the BAC, John Hanstead, and he's going to actually come up here and go over a little bit of information for us.